Okay, let us understand by this design, brought to you by the commercial I just heard, that a lady going on to the metro got caught in the elevator. So I said, why don't we, but brought to you by the elephant's nose to the horse's dick. Which one is bigger? The elephant nose can go up on this angle. He doesn't lift his head to the sky. This is the angle of the elephant nose. So what would that connect to? Let's go back to the escalator, the elevator. On the top, fluoride. Oh, fluoride? Floor. I'm sorry, floor. Yes, but in French, it's fluoride, Florida. Understanding the panhandle. A lot of things about the panhandle and wherever it is, it doesn't matter. But in horse racing, there's a lot of horses coming out with the name Pans. P-A-N, P-A-N-S. Okay, because it's multiple pans. What happens in the new elevators, what it will be, it'll be the bubble. It'll start on here as instead of an elevator, there'll be escalator elevators. You get inside, you hold on to the middle of it instead of walking down, and this comes down, down, down until it comes to this floor. Why does it look like a D and a D? Because the door opens this way, the door swings open, creating the D action. And then on the floor, it opens on the other side. The D action. D and D. This one above, this one below. If you slide them into this area, I will show you what they look like. I'm going to show you what they look like. If I slide them into this area, this one becomes, I have to turn it around. I flip this one around this way as it goes down. So when I flip this one as it goes down, this one becomes this one. When I flip this one around, this side, it becomes this one. Now if I flip this one around one more time this way onto here, it becomes this one. We get B and B, the elevator going up and down, which is actually the only reason we have the bottom of the B, because you're standing on the floor. In all actuality, the B is actually an R. You take the person from the top floor to the bottom floor. No one gets caught in anything anymore. You put 2 or 3 people inside of this, giving everyone the space on the left and right. The reason why we put 3 people, because when you have 3 people, there's 2 extra spaces. 3 people in an escalator will fill up 3 spaces. But when a person goes shopping, their extra space is the cart. So the size of the cart with 2 people plus the cart in the new escalator elevator are just pods that go to the bottom and just keep rotating. They never move until you're standing still inside and the door is shut. The other thing I wanted to mention was the helix. The helix, or the domino effect, would be that here's one of the worlds we're going to go into right now. Okay, we're going to take the camera out. And we used to do the dance, okay? We used to do the dance, okay, like this. Okay, the dance goes like this. This one and this one, this one and this one. If this one and this one move to this side, it becomes like this. If this one and this one moves to this side, it becomes like this. Then we would take it like this and then do this. If we put that on this, it would be 1 and 6 equals 7. If I took this again and I flipped this upside down, it would be 7 and 6 equals 13. If I took the same number again, okay, and I put it over here with 9 and 4 is the same thing as 3 and 4 equals 7, 9 and 4 equals 13. So this design, by pulling this, will actually look like this. Or if I turn it the other way, it'll actually work like this, whether I use low shoe numbers, but this is the 3-1-3 effect. Don't forget, this is the happy point. You choose this side, you choose this side, or being in this side, you have to think here and think here. Which way? One or the other. While you're making the decision, don't forget, the corner, okay? If you're over here, you watch this, this, and this. In between watching this, this, and this, your actually vision is this here, in between here and here. Because the in-between takes one area to take up here and here, and the upper takes up one area to clean here and here, in which after you do that, you end up having that. Okay? That's your pitchfork. The same thing with this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to into this. If I take this paper Okay, if I take this paper, and let me show you something about this paper. Let me take this paper. Okay, see this piece of paper here? I'm going to fold it. Now, take this one. I folded it in half. I folded it again. Then I took the scissors. And I cut out one little circle. One corner. One cornea. If you put this in my eye and round it out, it'll turn to the exact circle of my eye and the extension. Because the point of this, the roots of this, is the extension of the growth of the eye. This is only in the center. It's like the stripe of the ball. The circle was made bigger because they put the 9 area, 9 all the way to 9.99 inside the 10. They moved the 10 inside. So instead of having a square, okay, they put the 10 inside. And then the 10 was its square, as the number square. The number square 10 goes inside in the center area. Normally, it's, how can I explain it? Yeah, so this is what it does. The same size as a normal board would be is to take away the area 9 to 9.99 in thickness. Okay, and you take that totality and you put it inside the rest of 9. You would expand 9 all around 10, leaving openings. These openings would turn into your tic-tac-toe coordinates all over. You are a ball tagged on by mushrooms and everything that can stick to you. You're the creatures in the bottom of the sea, and everything that sticks to you is plankton. Okay, makes the entirety of who you are, because you are now surrounded, okay, by the numbers that made who you are in its entirety in its own. You are the 10th. You are the whole of the inside. Now you shrink that and become the entirety of the inside, taking all of those numbers with you and then putting them back on top of you again. Starting instead of 9, now it's 4 on one side, 4 on the other side is 2 and 2, splitting up in all directions for the only reason is you're a big fat pig. And you had to separate all the regions now. What was inside of you is 8, now is diced up. You have to curve out the inside so you can put your hole to live. But 10 is here. 10 is here. 9.9 is here. But the 10th goes here because it has to be divided now. Because it's so large on the outside, I got to put 10 on the inside, right? So we're going to do a 10. So how do we get 10 on the inside? Now, there's many ways to look at this. Now, because I'm going to be giving 2 possibilities, okay? Now you have your 0. This is your 10th area. This is what's area. This is the size of the hole you get. Just perfect. Fills in just enough for my face. Now, if I cut it and turn it, I can create a DNA strand, a helix. Now, I have to relate the roulette to this because the strands of roulette are 3 by 12 areas, which means in sushi, if I can cut a piece of fish in 1 slice, making this that this would be 1 slice, you have the outside, the middle, and the inside. You have the cover, and you have the floor. Okay, if I would take this, the 3 strands, and sushi, they cut it this way because you're getting a thin slice, but you're getting a thin slice of multi-levels of the salmon. So it turns everything like this. So what was this thin and sliced, even if it was this thick, you're getting only that part of its life. You're not getting the extended life of the same region. Why of the same region? Because slicing like this, you get every region. But slicing it like this, you extend each region because it comes out to a point. So this can become your double helix, right? You can do something with this, right? What can we do? Maybe the tie? Do you notice the way we have 2 different bumps? No, this is what we're going to do with it. These are shark teeth, right? S-H-A-R. We take it like that. By the way, we have U and U because we have 2 U's. If I split them apart, I'll create a W. This becomes the bracket. You see the bracket? And you put a bracket, and you put a bracket, and you put a bracket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 90, 90, 90, 90. Now we got our 360. 10 is playing from the center. C10 play. The hammer and the sickle. C10 play the eagle. Because he came around, become the worm, the strand. He owns what's in his belly. We can look at it this way. We can also keep folding this if we want. Okay, because it is multiple. And if you look on your keyboard, your 9 and your 0 both show the same commas. Now if we do it, and I folded it this many times, how many of these, and I didn't cut it properly, how many of these will go in here to fill in this circle? But like I said, you really want to know where double helix is? It could be here in your body. And it might just be your esophagus, or a great part of it. Okay? The God, where the God is, where the reader is, who eats the mulch and tells the greatest of all stories, your stomach, your organs. We did the licorice and the DNA, why it goes on this angle, because it has multi-strands. It cuts into both sides. It cuts one square into 4 areas. Every time this cuts in sushi, this design cuts one square, cuts it this way in half, and then you run the lines this way, cuts it in half again. And that's your one strand of sushi and your double helix. 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4, 12. 4, 4, 4, 12. 4, 4, 4, 12. 36. The roulette board will tell you the rest of that story. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Yes, tick-tock, tick-tock, my friends. Tick-tock, tick-tock runs the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Imagine a cord pulls it this way. Imagine an arm pulls it this way. Imagine a cord pulls it this way. Imagine an arm pulls it this way. She runs up and creates N. At the same time, she runs across being pulled for your Z. Zion, the way of Zion, moving the light. Moving the light. Giving you a different outlook, a different picture. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for this moments of breaking the yes, and I'm going to do something on women in my life as girlfriends, as names, okay, because they also reflect inside the numbers. So now I can read a little bit about me. Hey, 1313, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus.